What is going on, Detroit Lions fans? Welcome back, Detroit Den 313. So here's the deal. Today, I was at work. A really good friend of mine, not really heavily involved with social media, but a guy who really loves Detroit Lions podcasts, uh, sent me a video and he said, "Hey, man, I know your rule. I watch your show all the time. I respect it. My rule is, for those of you who don't know, I do not watch other Detroit Lions content creators. I do not. For the sake of not wanting to accidentally steal content or say the same words or get anything mixed up. So I stopped watching Lions content a long time ago. I don't watch ESPN or none of that shit. So my buddy that I'm referring to sent me a video and said, "Hey, I respect what you say. Please watch this and tell me what you think." All right. And the video he sent me was Lion Syndicate. All right. I'll just leave it at that. Who posted a video that I feel makes our entire fan base look bad. Maybe not our entire fan base, but as content creators, um, I feel like it was done for publicity. I'll say it. I feel like it was clickbait. You might be looking at my title and my thumbnail and thinking this is clickbait as well. I'm here to just rebuttal it. I think that what he said in his video, and I'll let you guys go watch that. I usually never tell anyone to go watch another channel. But, hey, I'm sure you guys probably know who I'm talking about. He's got a big following. Was talking about some of the injuries that popped up and some of the plays from this previous week's Cardinals game, mainly the Marcus Davenport play. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to give you guys a firm but fair opinion. And at the end, I'm going to tell you how I feel about certain words that were used in this episode of his. So I'm going to bring in the Marcus Davenport play. All right. It's a little bit graphic. It's not like anyone dies or anything like that, but there's a noticeable injury. So let me just start from the top. So here you can see at the left is Marcus Davenport in the stand-up defensive end position. Number 70 for the Cardinals here, Paris Johnson, Ohio State Buckeye. I'm just going to play it and I'll let you guys watch and you can see what happens here. You guys have probably all seen this before. It's been all over Twitter. So I want to get to a certain point right here. All right, here's where they lock up. Okay. I'm watching Marcus Davenport's head. He's looks like to me, if I'm not mistaken, he's focusing in on Kyler Murray. Right here. Right here. Perfect pause, Steve. Excellent job. He's trying to disengage from the left tackle, Paris Johnson. He's trying to also contain outside edge of this tackle so that Kyler Murray can't get outside and get loose. I talked about this all day in my game day episode. This was the key to defeating Kyler Murray. Contain him. Keep him in the pocket. Marcus Davenport's doing a phenomenal job right here until Paris Johnson brings that arm down right across his elbow and eventually ends up tearing his tricep. Okay. I'm going to get to it all at the end, guys. I'm going to share my thoughts and my opinion. I'm going to bring up the other play that was dissected in the Lions Syndicate episode. I hate even mentioning other podcast names, especially given my thoughts and feelings. But I'm going to add in, this is the Derek Barnes play. Same thing. All right, let me go back to the beginning. Derek Barnes is on the defensive line at the top of your screen. Now, what you're going to see here is this is a tight end in a wing back position right here in the stand-up position right there on the number 1, right between the 1 and the 0. So what's going to happen is the whole offensive line is going to crash to their left. Boom. They all pull to their left. 87 is pulling to the right. His job is to clean out Derek Barnes, and I'll show you exactly why here in a second. Boom. All right, here's the hit. This ends up taking Derek Barnes out of the game, some type of knee injury. Dan Campbell said he's going to miss a significant time. As you can see, this is a one-on-one hit, and I bring that up for a reason. Now let's watch the end result of this play. Ends up being, look at, why did he do that? Look at all of that green grass for Kyler Murray. That was a designed play to give Kyler the option to either stay in the pocket or if you need to get out and make a play happen, there's going to be plenty of room on that side. Designed play. Ends up getting a couple yards. Let's watch it one more time, full speed. All right, you guys have seen it. You guys have seen both plays. All right. Here's my issue. The term in the second play with Derek Barnes, the term chop block was used. All right, that is not a chop block. As I said, that was a one-on-one designed play to get a defender out of the picture. Essentially, here's the rule of a chop block: must be engaged with another player, another offensive player, when the second offensive player comes in and hits below the waist. As mentioned, this was not a chop block. This was a one-on-one, a position where Derek Barnes could have and should have seen it coming, but didn't. It happens. Okay, we're not going to sit here and say that Derek Barnes made the right play. Like, his leg was in a bad position. So we're trying to make it sound like the Arizona Cardinals were dirty. You want to talk about the Marcus Davenport play? I'm going to bring that in one more time. Again, contain. Boom. And then snaps it down on the arm. That's a dirty play. I don't want to label Paris Johnson a dirty player. All right, we could talk about dirty players. We could talk about guys like Ndamukong Suh. He was a dirty player. A lot of people in the Lions organization and fan base might not like it, but he was. The intent of a dirty play is to hurt someone. I feel like that is what Paris Johnson was trying to do to Marcus Davenport. The Derek Barnes play is not dirty. And we mentioned in this other episode, Bounty Gate, that this was that makes it sound like it was targeted attacks against the Detroit Lions. Bounty Gate, if you're not familiar with that, 2009 New Orleans Saints, their whole coaching staff was essentially suspended for giving players bonuses for taking certain players out of the game. I think one of the main players involved with that was Brett Favre. There was a big bounty on his head. Like, players were exchanging money to take players out of the game. Coaching staff knew about it. You're saying that the Arizona Cardinals, their whole organization, is paying their players to take out Detroit Lions? That is where I say that's crossing the line. That is calling out a whole other organization, saying that it's dirty. Okay? Bounty Gate would insinuate to me that the whole entire Cardinals organization and their whole coaching staff and their players are involved in a scandal that has been done before in the NFL 15 years ago. Sean Payton was the head coach of the Saints. They literally made a movie about it with Kevin James, where he goes to coach high school football. Like, it was pretty well known. But if you're a younger audience, or if you're a younger fan of the show and you're not familiar with Bounty Gate, I'm trying to paint the picture for you. It was corruption. You are pretty much saying that the Arizona Cardinals, their coaching staff, their players are dirty, and that this is crossing the line, and it's wrong. I'm actually, like, if you're a Cardinals fan, I am truly sorry that this title is being thrown on you by a Detroit Lions content creator that spoke out of his ass. I don't care. I'm not pulling punches today. I don't care. It was dog shit. I'm sorry that I watched it. It was clickbait, and I had to respond. All right, we need to take accountability. All right, at the end of the day, I am a guy sitting in my office. I never played in the NFL, never played college sports. I played some high school. Like, if you guys know my path, you know my path. I'm obviously a dude in his office talking Detroit Lions football, but what I will never do is call a whole entire organization dirty because of one dirty hit. Okay, we don't know the whole story about what happened with Marcus Davenport and Paris Johnson. There could have been some talking. Maybe there's a lot of things that we'll never get answers to. Was it a dirty play? Yes. Was it a dirty player? No track record. Even my hatred for Ohio State, I can't call Paris Johnson a dirty player. This was one dirty play. Let's give it some time before we label him a dirty player. Let's see some other stuff. Okay. There's answers we'll never get to. So if you're if you're an Arizona Cardinals fan and you're watching this, I truly apologize that there are people out there who just say nonsense stuff and try to label your organization as a dirty organization. Because I said the other day, I was bored at work and I was watching some game recaps from the Cardinals and the Lions game, and I stumbled upon a Arizona Cardinals podcast, Phoenix Sports. They were very professional. They were absolutely very, very professional. They said, hey, this Detroit Lions team, they kind of remind us of what we are now. Just a couple years ago, this was the same type of team. Like, they're not going to quit. They're going to play to the whistles. They're going to play hard, try to win the trenches. Shout out to the Phoenix Sports guys. Don't know their names. This is just the most unprofessional thing I've seen in the YouTube world in a long time, guys. I had to share my thoughts. I have a lot of respect for the NFL. I watch it to be entertained. If there's anything dirty going on, we'll cross that bridge when we get there. But I'm a podcaster. I can't sit here and say open an investigation over one dirty hit. Like, it happens. Dirty hits happen, blindside hits. To throw out Bonnygate and insinuate that everyone on their team is involved, everyone in their coaching staff is involved, that's way over the line. Guys, thanks for watching. Enjoy the rest of your night. I'll be back later with another show.